When you're walking down the street and you see a little ghost, what you gonna do about Ghostbusters?
Yes, my favorite Ray Park song, Ghostbusters. That
Ray
was
Parker.
how it went, right? Ray Parker? Oh, yeah, Ray
Parker
Park is the guy
Jr..
from
He's Darth Maul.
from Star Wars. That was embarrassing.
That's
But
okay.
also, that was not the Ghostbusters theme.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was...
Hold on. No, I think we're right.
So, that's a little hat tip to Be Kind Rewind. A little known movie that everyone should go check out right now with Jack Black and Most Definite. But that's not what we're here to talk about today.
Nope.
Today we are here to talk about
Ghostbusters. We're ready to believe you.
This is part of our Halloween Movies That We Love series that we're doing this October. So, Josh, what do we love about 1984 Ghostbusters?
I don't know. What do we love? What do you love about it?
Well, I mean, so many things. It's
Yes.
a great film. It's a total classic. I think something that people will be watching decades from now. But one of the things about it is it's just a really good story.
Yes.
There's these classic elements to it that, you know, audiences connect with. The idea of these characters being kind of underdogs, right? And
Sure.
and that people don't really take them seriously and don't believe them, and then they get proven right. And who doesn't love that? This idea that maybe there are people in your life, right? Maybe we all feel like these underdog characters a little bit sometimes. That people don't take us seriously, or they, you know, don't believe the things that we believe or that we're passionate about. And then wouldn't we love the opportunity to be proven right, even if
Yeah.
it means facing horrible ghosts, getting slimed.
Total annihilation.
Yeah. The possibility of death. But, you know,
Death
at least
by
I was
Giant
right.
Marshmallow Man. Yeah. But I was right.
So I think there's that. And I think, you know, it's kind of a ridiculous premise, of course. It's
Sure.
It's very fantastical, this idea of these ghosts and the demons and their architecture. But it's also very rooted in some kind of like classic themes around ghosts and horror stories and spirits and things. So
Right.
it's this comedy, but then the story really is, again, like rooted, I think, in some classic ideas and some kind of like I think things that kind of resonate with us because they've been part of our psyche
Oh, sure.
for a long
We've always
time.
had like the ghost story around
Right.
the campfire or whatever, you know, when you're
Yeah.
in camp and, you know, you're doing funny things during Halloween telling ghost stories. I mean, ghost story, ghost story, ghost story. It's just, they've been around for forever and
Right.
just about every family's got one. I think we had one. I've forgotten it, but whatever.
So what else do we love about Ghostbusters, Josh? What are some of your favorite things about it?
I love the cast. The cast is great. I mean,
Yeah.
Bill Murray,
Aren't
Dan
they
Aykroyd, Sigourney Weaver, Harold Ramis, Ernie Hudson,
Is it Ramis or Ramis?
Whatever.
That was Harold Ramis.
Harold Ramis, and oh crud, who played Tully? Louis Tully. Rick
Moranis, didn't
Yeah,
you?
yeah, Rick Moranis. Did I say that already?
I don't know.
Whatever. The cast is great. I mean, and their performances are equally great. They come off as real people living in this real world.
Yeah.
And I love that they set the premise, like you said, yeah, we're Ghostbusters, we're exterminators. And it's like they throw you into this world and don't give you really very little explanation. We're just like, we just buy it.
Yeah.
And it's so great. But their performances are so cool. I mean, Bill Murray in particular is just like the typical like wiseacre guy. I mean, he's really great in this role.
Right.
And I love that they behave like real people. They're not overdoing it, you know? They're being funny without really just hamming it up.
Well, and Sigourney Weaver is like the perfect foil for Bill Murray
Right.
in this movie. I feel like, you know, they work really well together and have a really good chemistry.
They did. That's another thing. Yeah, chemistry between the cast, it's so great.
Yeah.
They just work and just fit perfectly.
Right. And you have these very different characters. Like each of the Ghostbusters is really, they're all really different from each other.
Right.
In personality. And so they're really well written and well thought out characters in that way.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, even though they're all really different from each other, you can totally believe that they would all be friends and work together in real life.
I think so. I mean, and that's one of the great things. Again, they feel like these could be real people
Yeah.
in this situation.
In real relationships, right?
Yeah. So,
Good. Anything else? What else do you love about it?
well, I love the dialogue, so that means we're going to be talking about the writing. I think the writing is top notch throughout this entire show. I mean, no wasted dialogue, no wasted scenes, and just so many memorable and quotable lines. I mean, I think this is one of those movies that you can just quote like almost endlessly. I mean, there's so much good stuff in it, and I think all of the jokes, they're so great, and to me they all land. I don't remember ever, even we recently viewed it again with our kids. I don't remember like there's like, oh, that's so cringeworthy. Oh, that feels so dated, or like, oh, that was a really weak effort on that joke. Just whatever.
Right.
Never felt that way when I first saw it, and all the subsequent times I've seen it up until now. It still works.
Yeah.
All the jokes are still funny. The lines are still funny, and still great, still quotable. I mean, that's a big Twinkie. I mean, that's so it's just funny, and the context in which they come in, it's just wonderful. I love it.
Yeah. I agree. I love the dialogue. I mean, I have been saying, listen, do you smell something? For, I don't know,
right.
35 years.
Well, I was just the whole opening sequence, with the ghost, or and the librarian running through the lower levels of the library, and then these guys showing up to check her out and check out the story,
right?
And just all the little lines of dialogue in that one scene is just great. The listen, do you smell something, or oh no, you're right, no human would stack books like this. I mean, just the sarcasm in that line just by itself.
I love that line.
Someone blows your nose, you want to keep it. I mean, just it's so great, and then, where are you from, originally? I mean, just the opening bit is so great.
Yeah.
And it's just loaded full of that stuff.
Right.
Chock full. So
really
good.
Fun.
What else?
Well, I mean, I think it's still a good-looking movie, even after all these years, Yeah,
1984, what is that?
35 years.
35 years. Good thing human calculator's here next to me. My brain don't work so good.
Yes, that is my nickname around the house, the human calculator.
When I can't reach my phone or the actual calculator, you're it. Anyhow, the visuals in this show are still really good. Really strong. The designs are still awesome. Stay Puft is still cool. And just like all the practical effects they use and all the camera tricks and, forced perspective, those kind of things, models, like the cloud scene that bursts over the haunted apartment building. I did that with I think water and like paint dye stuff, and it just creates this cool ripple. It's like you don't really think about it and watch it. Oh, it's probably water. No, it looks like clouds, and it's so cool that they have these just original or not original, these really cool creative ideas to make this show work, and I still think it looks nice even till this day.
Right. Yeah, and it's there wasn't really like CGI or anything back then.
Not a whole lot.
Not a whole lot. So they had to do things in really creative ways.
Using puppets
to make it look good,
and all these other kind of like post-production kind of things that they pull off, and just to mesh it all together. So, I mean, it really is seamless. I mean, they do a wonderful job with it.
Yeah.
It's really, really top notch.
Yeah. So I think, in terms of how it looks and the story and the dialogue, you said, everything just works together, and it's classic. It's stuff that is everlasting. The jokes in it are not references to things that were happening at that time, so that somebody who was born in the 2000s can't understand what they were talking about half the time, which is a lot of what I experience when I'm watching older shows with our kids, is that there are references that they just don't get, like things that are funny to us because we were alive during that time,
right?
That they're just not funny to them, But I feel like Ghostbusters transcends the era in which it was made.
Right.
That's a classic movie that really people can enjoy as much today as they could back in 1984.
I think so. I totally agree with that. I mean, it really holds up well and is truly classic.
Yeah.
In that way.
And of course, for us, there's the nostalgia factor. So,
Yeah.
we maybe like it a little bit more. But like our kids recently saw it and they really liked it.
They did.
Yeah.
They really did enjoy it. They had a good time.
Yeah.
So, would I recommend this? Would we recommend this?
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's Halloween movies that we love, so we're not doing any
Halloween movies that we hate. Surprise!
that we don't recommend.
Yeah.
But yes, for sure. Like, this should go like near the top of your list. And it's of course a great movie to watch any time of year.
Yes.
But it's one of those movies that we do watch traditionally in October because, you know, it's got ghosts. Why not? It's Halloween.
Yeah, it's fun. It's ghosts. The kids can watch it. There's a few parts, but maybe they shouldn't check out. But they're still funny.
We just like la 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 and cover their ears maybe during some of those parts.
Throw a distraction at them. Hey kids! Oh, Dad, you made me miss dialogue. Sorry. Very sorry. For your own good.
Yeah, mostly family friendly.
Yeah. So, in conclusion, I recommend this show. You recommend this show?
I do. Why don't you tell me a bit about this drawing that you did for
sure.
This video?
So, you know, doing the pencil and the gray tone. But I wanted to capture, like, each of the Ghostbusters, you know, just like some of their funny moments. And again, there are so many in this film that they all had. But these are some of the more iconic ones from the show, you know, between, you know, Bill Murray, you know, come in, Ray, and Dan Aykroyd playing Ray Stantz with that cigarette dangling off his lower lip when he first sees Slimer in the hallway.
Right.
And, you know, Egon destroying the bar in the ballroom, and Winston talking about the size of the Twinkie. So. And, of course, the, you know, iconic logo in the middle. So I really like this picture. I love this movie, and I'm glad this picture turned out well and to do it justice. So.
Yeah. It's a great picture. It really did turn out well. It looks really nice.
Thank you.
All right, so that is it for this video. Josh, what should they do now?
Well, if you haven't done so already, hit that notification bell. Ring-a-ding-ding.
That way you'll know every time we post a video. The YouTube will give you a little notification. What else should they do?
Also, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like. We love those. And share. And leave us a comment about your favorite shows, favorite lines from this movie even. And, you know, talk some movies. It's good stuff.
Right.
Also, go ahead.
I was going to say, check us out on Patreon. We have our podcast there.
Mm-hmm.
When you join our Patreon, you can get free digital downloads each month. You get access to hard copy prints of Josh's work, art tutorials just for patrons. So different things that are available through the Patreon. So go ahead and check that out as well.
All right.
Thanks.